Some places on Earth look completely unreal. An island overrun by venom, a waterfall that bleeds through the ice, a lake that turns death into stone, a crater that has been burning for decades, and a darkness so deep it feels more like space than our own planet. These are the 10 most terrifying places on Earth that feel unreal. Just off the coast of Brazil lies an island with heavily restricted access. From a distance, it looks like any other piece of land. But this is Snake Island. Its real name is Ilha da Queimada Grande, and it is the only natural home of the golden lancehead, a venomous pit viper found nowhere else on Earth. Separated from the mainland for thousands of years, the species evolved here in isolation. And that isolation turned this island into something deeply unsettling. Because on Snake Island, danger does not feel hidden. It feels built into the landscape. And that is exactly why Snake Island takes the number 10 spot. Number 9. The Door to Hell. Deep in the desert of Turkmenistan, there is a crater that has been burning for decades. A giant hole in the ground, filled with fire. Its real name is the Darvaza Gas Crater, but most people know it as the Door to Hell. It stretches roughly 69 meters across and drops around 30 meters deep. The story goes that the ground collapsed during drilling, and the gas was set on fire to stop toxic fumes from spreading. It was supposed to burn out quickly. It never did. Day and night, the crater glows from within. Flames rise from the darkness. Heat bends the air above it, and the empty desert around it makes it feel even more unreal. It looks less like Earth and more like a warning. And that is why the Door to Hell takes the number 9 spot. Number 8. In northeastern Ethiopia lies a place so extreme it barely feels like Earth at all. This is the Danakil Depression, a landscape of toxic gases, burning heat, acid pools, and colors so surreal they look almost artificial. The ground bubbles, the air can burn, and the silence of the place makes it feel even more unnatural. It is one of the hottest and most hostile places on the planet. Almost every part of it looks dangerous, and almost every frame of it looks like it belongs on another world. And once you see it, it stops looking like a destination and starts looking like a warning. That's why the Danakil Depression takes the number 8 spot. Number 7. In the Arabian Sea, off the coast of Yemen, lies an island that almost doesn't look real. This is Socotra Island, a place filled with twisted trees, strange landscapes, and plants so bizarre they seem almost unnatural. Some look ancient, others look like they belong on another planet. It is one of the most isolated and alien-looking places on Earth. And the longer you look at it, the less it feels like an island, and the more it feels like a world that was never meant to be found. That's why Socotra Island takes the number 7 spot. Number 6. Beneath the streets of Paris, far below the beauty above, lies a place most people never think about. This is the Catacombs of Paris, a vast underground maze lined with the bones of the dead. Not hundreds, not thousands, but millions of human remains, stacked wall after wall in tunnels that fade into darkness. And that is what makes this place so disturbing. Because this is not just a ruin, and it is not a single tomb. It is an underworld built from the dead. The air feels cold. The silence feels wrong. And the deeper you go, the farther the city above you seems to disappear. Beneath one of the most beautiful cities on Earth, there is a hidden world filled with skulls, shadows, and the remains of lives long gone. And once you see it, it stops feeling like a tourist site and starts feeling like something you were never meant to find. That's why the Catacombs of Paris take the number 6 spot. Number 5. In northern Ukraine lies a place where time never really moved again. A vast exclusion zone created after one of the worst nuclear disasters in history. This is Chernobyl, Ukraine. In April 1986, Reactor 4 at a nuclear power plant exploded during a safety test. The blast and fire released massive amounts of radioactive material into the atmosphere. Within days, entire towns were evacuated. More than 100,000 people were forced to leave their homes, and many never returned. Today, an entire city still stands abandoned. Apartment blocks left to decay, schools frozen in time, an amusement park that never truly opened. Nature has begun reclaiming the streets. But the real danger here was never the silence. It was the radiation, invisible, odorless, and still present in parts of the zone decades later. A place where disaster never fully disappeared. And this is why Chernobyl takes the number 5 spot. Number 4. Just northwest of Mount Fuji lies a forest where sound itself seems to fade away. A dense wilderness rooted in ancient lava, shadow, and silence. This is Aokigahara Forest, Japan. It stretches across roughly 30 square kilometers of hardened volcanic rock left behind by Mount Fuji's major eruption in 864. The ground is uneven, tangled, and far more disorienting than it first appears. And because the porous lava beneath the forest absorbs sound, the deeper you go, the more the outside world seems to disappear. No traffic, no city noise, no clear reminder that anything still exists beyond the trees. Just dark woodland, twisted ground, and a silence that feels almost unnatural. A place that becomes more unsettling with every step, not because of what it shows you, but because of what it takes away. And this is why Aokigahara Forest takes the number 4 spot. Number 3. High on Mount Everest, above 8,000 meters, lies a place where the human body begins to fail. A place where even the smallest effort starts to take more than the body can give back. This is Mount Everest's death zone. Near the summit, the air holds only about 1/3 of the oxygen available at sea level. At this altitude, the body can no longer acclimatize. It only weakens, thought slows. Every step drains more than the body can replace. The cold is relentless, and one mistake can be enough to end the climb for good. This is not just the highest part of the mountain. It is the point where survival starts running out. And this is why Mount Everest's death zone takes the number 3 spot. Number 2. Salar de Uyuni. At first glance, it does not even look like Earth. A white desert stretching beyond the horizon. So flat, so empty, and so surreal, it feels like the edge of another world. During the dry season, it becomes a blinding wasteland of cracked salt and silence. But after rain, everything changes. A thin layer of water turns the ground into a perfect mirror. The sky reflects so clearly, the horizon seems to disappear. People can look like they are walking through the clouds, but the beauty of this place can be deceptive. The sunlight is relentless. The isolation is absolute. And with almost no landmarks, the landscape can quickly become disorienting. No shelter, no movement, just sky, salt, and silence. This is Salar de Uyuni, Bolivia. A place so beautiful and so unreal, it feels less like part of Earth and more like a world beyond it. And this is why Salar de Uyuni takes the number 2 spot. And now, only one place remains. The deepest, the darkest, and the most unforgiving place on Earth. The most terrifying place on this list. Number 1, the Mariana Trench. Far below the surface, there is a place so deep, so dark, and so hostile, it feels completely removed from Earth. No sunlight reaches this world, only darkness, pressure, and silence. At its lowest point lies Challenger Deep, the deepest known part of the ocean. This is the Mariana Trench in the Western Pacific Ocean. It drops to 10,935 meters below the surface. That is deeper than Mount Everest is tall. And the deeper it goes, the less this world feels familiar. The cold is constant. The emptiness is endless. And the weight of the ocean above is so extreme, it turns this place into one of the most unforgiving environments on Earth. A place so deep, so alien, and so terrifying, it feels like the moment Earth stops feeling like home and starts feeling like the abyss. And this is why the Mariana Trench takes the number 1 spot. We've reached the end of the 10 most terrifying places on Earth. If you enjoyed this journey into the world's darkest and most extreme locations, like the video and subscribe to the FactVerse YouTube channel for more.